Stoicism asserts that a wise, virtuous philosopher is someone who lives in harmony with nature, fearing only the abandonment of moral responsibility. Such an individual does not fear pain, death, poverty, or any challenges posed by the human condition. The primary concern is avoiding self-disappointment and falling short of being a complete human being. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius, a key figure in Stoicism, gained renown for his work Meditations. While the concept of greatness may be abstract, Marcus stands out as a highly deserving individual in history. This video is not a self-help guide, but rather an exploration of how Marcus's philosophy, which serves as an antidote to various modern life challenges, can be enlightening. I aim to illustrate the reasons behind this perspective. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor from 161 AD to 180 AD, marked the culmination of the so-called Five Good Emperors during the Pax Romana, a period of Roman peace. His reign came to symbolize the conclusion of this era. As emperor, Marcus wielded unparalleled power, considering himself the de facto ruler of the world, given the Romans' limited global awareness beyond their empire. Positioned at the pinnacle of authority, he had the freedom to pursue any desire, adhering to the established precedent of hedonism observed by Roman emperors, indulging in wealth, sensual pleasures, and other pursuits without constraints of morality or law. Marcus Aurelius, however, defied this norm and consciously embraced a life of virtue. Not a fleeting commitment confined to a single moment or occasion, but a daily choice sustained throughout his 19-year rule. Despite the unfettered access to limitless indulgences, Marcus opted for the path of goodness. His commitment wasn't fueled by a desire for praise, fame, or admiration but simply by the intrinsic value of being virtuous. This decision is particularly noteworthy, prompting reflection on the challenges one might face over nearly 2 decades in resisting the allure of unbridled temptations, unaffected by consequences. It's a testament to his unwavering commitment to virtue, evident not when under public scrutiny but in the private moments when no eyes were watching. Meditations is a work authored by Marcus Aurelius, although it may not conform to the traditional notion of a book as it originated from Aurelius's personal journal. Rather than adhering to a structured format, the text loosely comprises 12 parts and spans around 150 pages. The title, Meditations, was assigned by publishers, as the writings lacked an original title and were never intended for public consumption. These reflections were Marcus Aurelius's private confessions and convictions, never meant for external readership. Despite the informal and personal nature of the content, Meditations offers profound insights into the character of its author, given that Aurelius penned it exclusively for himself. Despite its seemingly spontaneous nature, Meditations stands out as one of the most impactful and poignant literary works ever created. To truly appreciate its essence, it is recommended to read the text firsthand, as copies are widely available in libraries and bookstores globally. For the purpose of this discussion, certain ideas from Meditations are particularly noteworthy and merit examination. Marcus Aurelius advocated for aligning one's life with the natural order. Nature, in his view, encompassed not only flora and fauna but also the inherent harmony of the universe. Much like trees growing organically and reaching their full potential without seeking external validation, humans, according to Aurelius, should strive to fulfill their innate capabilities. Just as a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly or a featherless chick evolves into a powerful eagle, individuals should pursue their inherent purpose without personal desires driving them. For Aurelius, accumulating wealth or seeking recognition was not the ultimate goal. He believed that humans, bestowed with the gift of being human by nature, should focus on embodying kindness and virtue. Fulfilling one's potential was, for Marcus, the epitome of human achievement, while neglecting this duty represented a descent into the darkest depths. Recognizing that external circumstances were beyond one's control, he emphasized the importance of controlling one's reactions. According to Marcus, true greatness emerges when individuals navigate challenges with resilience, maintaining virtuous conduct despite external influences. Ultimately, he asserted that embracing one's duty to live virtuously was the essence of being human. Marcus Aurelius, despite being an emperor, didn't engage in extensive writing sessions as it wasn't his primary responsibility. His duties involved navigating through various challenges and interacting with numerous individuals. One fundamental belief Marcus held was that malevolent or morally questionable people were an inherent part of our world. Requesting the universe to spare you from encountering such individuals was as impractical as expecting a vine to exist without thorns. Marcus dismissed the idea as absurd, acknowledging that encountering such people was inevitable in one's life. While acknowledging the existence of negativity, Marcus advocated for kindness. He asserted that individuals rarely intended to act wrongly, rather, their actions often stemmed from ignorance. Although teaching these individuals was an option, it wasn't always feasible. Consequently, facing the presence of immoral, wicked, or lazy individuals became an unavoidable reality. In response, Marcus advised turning inward and recognizing one's own flaws. He reminded himself that passing judgment was unwarranted, as everyone, including himself, had imperfections. Marcus emphasized the importance of self-reflection, considering that on another day or in a different circumstance, he might be the one in ignorance. Marcus cautioned against presuming the wrongness of others' actions, pointing out that one's understanding might be limited. He urged himself not to be quick to judge, acknowledging that there could be complexities and circumstances influencing people's choices that he didn't comprehend. Ultimately, Marcus advocated for a perspective of humility, acknowledging the limitations of understanding and refraining from passing hasty judgments on others. In essence, Marcus Aurelius firmly believed in the interconnectedness of humanity. He consistently reminded himself that this interconnectedness is a natural order, likening it to the symbiotic relationships in nature where a tree produces fruit for animals, and animals, in turn, provide sustenance for worms. Similarly, our existence is fundamentally rooted in the purpose of aiding one another, a duty that should not be forsaken. According to Marcus, the ultimate failure in life is neglecting this responsibility. Therefore, he emphasized the imperative to fulfill this duty diligently. Facing adversities was an inevitable aspect of Marcus Aurelius's life, as it is for everyone. He acknowledged that encountering challenges is an intrinsic part of the human experience, akin to encountering negative individuals. Marcus advocated accepting the inevitability of adversity rather than futilely hoping it would not occur. Instead, he urged himself not to dwell on preventing unfortunate events, as they are beyond one's control. What can be controlled, Marcus believed, is one's response to these challenges. Marcus cautioned against praying for the avoidance of hardships, recognizing it as a futile endeavor. He asserted that unfavorable events are bound to happen, and attempting to prevent them is futile. However, he stressed the importance of controlling one's reactions to adversity. When faced with challenges, Marcus advised against succumbing to sadness or self-pity. Rather, he encouraged a mindset of gratitude for possessing the resilience and tools to navigate through difficulties unscathed. In the face of adversity, Marcus advised himself to endure it with bravery and fortitude. He emphasized the need to view challenges as opportunities for perseverance, growth, and advancement. Rather than complaining, Marcus advocated taking decisive action and enduring difficulties with dignity. Even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, Marcus advised against disgracing oneself, reminding that while death is inevitable, not all individuals depart with a trail of complaints. Marcus Aurelius possessed immense wealth, yet he viewed it without inherent concern. Unlike some philosophers who condemn material possessions, Marcus exercised caution in his relationship with his belongings. While he could have indulged in any desire, wealth, homes, art, or wine, he deliberately refrained. Instead, he advised himself not to fixate on physical desires, deeming them meaningless and insufficient for realizing one's potential. Marcus urged self-reflection on existing possessions, emphasizing their value and the appreciation one should have for them. However, he cautioned against attaching excessive importance to them to avoid despair if they were lost. Material possessions, though pleasant, don't contribute to personal growth, virtue, or kindness. Marcus emphasized that human potential surpasses mere accumulation of things, living in harmony with nature is the key. Marcus Aurelius dedicated much thought to the inevitability of death. He considered it a subject impossible to overlook when discussing his philosophies. His perspective on death was straightforward: it is an inevitable event beyond one's control. He advised against wasting time on fear or anxiety about mortality. Similar to the natural order dictating virtuous living and self-improvement, death too is an assigned role. Accepting death as a duty, Marcus encouraged living a life of kindness, goodness, fulfilling one's role in nature, and eventually embracing death as part of that role. As a proponent of Stoicism, Marcus Aurelius, alongside others, delved into various philosophical aspects like logic, ethics, and physics. Central to Stoicism was the distinction between pleasure and happiness. External stimuli such as money, fame, or success provided fleeting pleasure, but true happiness, according to Stoics, emanated from within. It wasn't tied to one's status, possessions, or worldly achievements. Stoicism advocated pursuing happiness through virtuous living, self-betterment, and realizing one's full potential. Failing to achieve this potential was the only true source of pain, sadness, and fear, as greatness was considered a duty ingrained in one's very nature.